Tuesday. It's my favorite day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy BL Black Lightning Larry Burke. You know it.
Man, I love you Tuesday.
I
Hit
love
McGirt here.
man. You know what day of the week it is, my guy. It's our day of the week. It's where we take over for about an hour and a half, and discuss everything that's going on in this WWE world. Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, it's a lot to talk
Well,
about. Let's get
well,
into it.
before we get into it, man, we got a special guest with us today. Did I tell you about this, or
Oh
is this
yeah.
just some? Oh, I did tell you about this. All right, well, good. I'm glad I'm at. We got our special guest in the house. He hasn't been following wrestling as much as he typically used to, but he's getting back into it. It's our guy. It's the one who put us on the map out here to this internet world. Paul Spence, our produce. Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for stopping.
Hey, man, first of all, I want to say welcome to the family. It's been a pleasure having you on here. But first, I got to say one thing, man. Let's mark about it because I haven't watched wrestling in a while. After watching this show, I'm telling you, man, it's Monday. It's Saturday night main event. It's Royal Rumble. It's SmackDown. It's all because of y'all. I'm telling you, the part-time marks is where it's at. So
Man, we
thank you, first
appreciate
of
it,
all.
man. We appreciate the opportunity. What episode are we on now, Kurt? I think you said you were keeping track. What is this now?
This is the 13th Tuesday episode.
13, and plenty more to get to, man. So you ready to mark about it, fellas?
Let's
Let's do
go.
it.
Man, so let's start it off with a Saturday night main event, fellas. How'd you feel about it? Let's start about that.
Like I said online, man, it was a solid show that did what it needed to do.
Okay. Good.
You know what? It definitely did, man. Like you guys did the live chat during the whole show, and I'll tell you what, like I was watching it, producing the show, and I was like, listening to you guys, but it didn't take you back to the old Saturday night main event. Like they're bringing some serious fire matches. Usually you get like these low budget matches, but man, they're putting on a show on Saturday night main event.
Well, yeah, it's interesting you say that because I was noticing online when we was doing our reviews, a lot of the fans were saying, oh, they feel like these are glorified house shows, like sort of like the shows they're doing over in the other countries, like where they're putting these names on here and then the show's kind of just blah. I, for one, this was the second one they did, and I enjoyed both shows.
Definitely.
I thought start to finish, they're getting their main stories across. I mean, and like you said, the matches are fire. They're at least giving you 4 to 5 star matches, I would say, and guys aren't trying to get hurt, which is important. It's just a good fill-in show. Good fill-in show. Kurt, any?
It's a TV special, and they're expecting pay-per-view caliber material. They're getting solid matches, but it's one of them cases where you can never satisfy wrestling fans, and you never will.
That's true.
Oh yeah, wrestling is just that sport of you can because they always want you to want more. So
Exactly.
that's exactly why you're never,
That's why I say it did what it was supposed to do.
It did what it's supposed to do. Unfortunately, uh, all of our predictions.
Eddie, what's up?
Eddie, what's up? Thanks for checking in with us with the marks. tuning into the show. It should be a good one. We're just getting started, so enjoy it. No title changes, fellas. Some of our predictions, we were kind of off. We thought Sheamus was going to win.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised though? I mean, no. I mean, Saturday Night Main Event. I thought at least one title change was going to happen. Honestly, though, I really did.
We got the title change the first show.
True.
I don't think we can't expect the title change every time they do one of these shows. You know what I'm saying?
I guess we can expect it. I guess just when you're building a little bit of hype around these matches. Like I said, for one, I thought they were gonna finally give Sheamus his, you know what I mean, where he has everything.
I mean, we were hoping.
We were hoping. We were kind of off there.
But do you want to take it off Braun right now?
No and yes. If you give it to the right guy, I think Sheamus is the right guy to give it to. He has bangers.
It's WrestleMania season though, so you never know what'll happen between now and the big show. That might be his WrestleMania moment.
It could be. That's a good call. Didn't think about that one. As we assumed Rhea would retain. Another fire match, I think, between her and Nia. Nia's coming along every single week, depending on, I guess, who she's working with and feeling comfortable with. I think we're really getting the best of her as well. I mean, we already know Rhea's never gonna miss.
Yeah. Never. She's one of the best. She's one of the best doing it right now. Eddie said there's been very few title changes in the history of Saturday Night's Main Event. You would know more than I do because I was a pup.
Was you even a pup yet?
I mean, when it started,
you might have been still swimming.
Yeah, right.
When it started, I wasn't even.
You might have been still swimming.
Yeah,
because I was young. So I mean, you might have been still swimming.
Yeah, I was swimming.
Well, let me ask you this regarding Nia. I mean, how do you guys see her coming along? Because before you couldn't be on the mic, man. Like now she's progressed so much. She's evolved. Do you think? How do you feel about that?
I think we're two people who take notice and appreciate how far Nia has come.
Yeah.
She's very important in that roster right now, and she's playing her part very well.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think her just saying like these absurd things once in a while, and it's like she's really accepting being the big girl now. I guess kind of before, she's the big girl. I think things were just, and she always had issues in the locker room. I think just with like everything with all the new regime taking over, I feel like, all the females are trying to keep them a little like closer knit and stuff like that. I think, like I said, she's brought out, she's brought out the best of Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany. They became like best friends outside the business.
Yeah.
So I think she's starting to understand, like, I am a locker room leader. Like, no matter how you look at it, it doesn't have to be talent wise. It's like people look to you. You've been here for so many years. How did you stay here? And even when you got booted out, how did you get back in here?
Well, was there a time where nobody wanted to wrestle Nia because her in ring, wrestling was not up to standard, where she would hurt people, the moves would be off. Now it's like she's evolved so much. She is one of the main roster people, just like Kurt said. She is that woman, the locker room leader that people look up to as a veteran, really. Even though she's still young in the game. Speaking of it, she's speaking of it young, but I think she is definitely a locker room, leader. I definitely do.
And I think that helps with the things she's trying in the matches too. I know the one match I want to say was with Bailey. She tried like a Hurricane Rana. She tried to take a Hurricane Rana or something. I think she's opening herself up to trying different moves, like which she wouldn't take before.
Yeah.
I think she's because and so now people feel more comfortable with her, like, okay, she'll take this, or she'll at least attempt to take this. I don't even remember what her and Naomi's been hitting some nasty move off the second rope every time they wrestle. But I guess obviously they're family, so I'm sure they feel comfortable wrestling each other. And she's like, Nia won't break my neck.
Yeah,
but that's what it really was. I think she was just a locker room bully for a long time.
Well, she was just known as the strength woman, the lady with the strength. Now she's, evolving into someone where she's like you said, Larry. She's taking chances with different moves. She's showing you so much more of what she can be, and the biggest thing is what she wants to be. She's progressing every week on the mic, in the ring.
And I think, I mean, your job's on the line for this. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, do you want to be sitting at home while the rest of your family's making a lot of money, or do you want to be here where everybody can be happy? You know what I
Agree.
mean? And I think what Rock and them also helping take over, I think that probably also plays a role in it too. You know what I mean? He's probably like, man, I'm speaking up for you here, so don't let me down. Because
Right.
I've always heard they were really close. I think he just bought her a car last year or something.
Damn.
So they are really, really close.
House.
Was it a house or
A
he bought his mom the
couple
car?
years
Huh?
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh said Saturday night's main event that goes against Collision later in the year. I think they have big title changes. They go against Collision every time they come on TV. That's why
Yeah.
it's like they try to put solid matches on. But I think later on in the year they're going to be going against Double or Nothing and All In. So I figure those two shows where they're going up against two of AEW's bigger shows, we're going to see like the quality in those shows go up. We might see a title
But
change. Yeah.
but you know the problem with the AEW, like I don't watch a lot of AEW. I used to, but to me it's just not what I like. Those pay-per-views, man, you got to have some coffee next to you because those joints go long as hell, man.
Yeah.
I'm like 8 o'clock it starts. Next thing I know, it's like 11:30. They ain't even at the main event yet,
11:30.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
We're
Right,
talking 1 o'clock.
right.
well, it's funny you say that because I don't know if you remember their WrestleMania for a couple years was starting around like 3 o'clock and ending at midnight. Like I remember looking around on the couches. We got guys like straight falling asleep. We done partied all day long, and they're nowhere even near the main event. I'm like, yo, I
Right.
can't wait for these people to get out of my house. Like, now I'm just now starting to become a fan of the 2 day WrestleManias.
Mhm.
I I feel like I know it's hard now because you do have so many superstars and you do want to, but I'm still, yo, you got to pack all this in 3 or 4 hours, all your top superstars.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of it because I mean, if we want to have a party, I mean, you don't really want us coming to your house 2 days in a row. After a while, you know what I mean? It's like, hey man, WrestleMania at my house. Well, what day? Day one or day two? You know what I mean? Like, how do you really want to gauge the party? So
Right.
I'm still not a big fan of it, but yeah, AEW, man, every match is 45 minutes long. So it's so much overkill. Like you said, the show's over around 12:30. It starts at what, like 6:30? I mean, you can only deal with so much wrestling in one night.
Yeah, it's just too much for me, man. Like usually it's when the UFC events on. Like, UFC is my forte. I love that. I'll be watching UFC, then I'll click over to AEW. I'm like, damn, it's still on at like 11:30. Then I get to the co-main event of UFC. I switch back over during commercial. I'm like, damn, they ain't at the main event yet. Like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, well, that's why I lost the traction in boxing and UFC. You know what I mean? Because your main event is on at like 12:30. I'm like, come on, dog! Like, it's starting
Yeah,
to become more of a spectacle than just fights. And I get it. You do need that hype, and you do need that to gain people's attention. But I'm like, yo, this is so long to me. So I'm always, if you can cram things, you can tell a story in 15 minutes. I don't
oh
care what
yeah,
anybody says. 15, 20 minutes, you can tell a story. If you can't do that, I don't know what you're doing out there. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Kurt, let's get into it. Another big match that they had on Saturday Night Main Event. The werewolf versus the monster.
What I tell
Um,
you, and you was like, I said he's gonna demolish him. You was like,
I mean, well, it started off competitive.
he tried
It
to
was a
kill him.
little. It started off competitive. I mean, you did say he wasn't clearly gonna just. You said it was gonna end. Basically, you called it, man. You said it was gonna end on like some disqualification. I mean,
Because they're gonna keep it going. You see, Braun said you should have killed me.
yeah, and I mean, I think we got a real good display of Fatu. I think we're at a point, man, where you can see he's standing out above everybody.
Everybody.
The funny thing is, like, you guys did the live show, and Kurt, you said it's going to be a DQ. That's what we've seen. The werewolf just went off. Like, he went off the rails, number one. But I was looking at a lot of wrestling chats, and they were like they really thought, like, man, I think Jacob went off script here. That motherfucker was crazy. Like, the way he went off, it was just like the way he plays his character, man, is just like insane. Like, he is the proper role. Exactly. That's the name right there. Believable. Like, dude, like, man, like, my man needs an Oscar. I'm telling you right now.
By next week, his merchandise sales are going to go up. Did you hear that crowd? They're chanting.
Listen,
they're chanting Fatu.
They seen him in the parking lot. I seen a video where they seen him in the parking lot, and they were just, he's over, bro. Like,
he's over. I think he's like way over than.
But I've been saying for the longest, he's one of the most talented since MLW. I was telling you about him, one of the most talented Samoans out there, and he's displaying that.
And he's come a long way too. Like, when he was with Solo, you know, like the bodyguard, like, it's not the enforcer type, but that's Solo. But he was never on the mic, and he progressed so fast. And the way they're skyrocketing him up, my man is going to be a superstar, man.
He's always had those mic skills.
Yeah,
I don't know why it took so long for him.
That's what I mean. Right, that's what I mean. Like, he had him, but why didn't they give him to him? But they played it so perfectly. Like, he came out of his shell. Exactly, he came out of the shell at the right time. And to beat Braun the way he did, man, my man was on the map. Like, he put an X on the map right there.
I think too. I think they were just like, all right, it's your time. I think they knew he was good on the mic. Obviously, you know, they do their homework. I think they knew he was good on the mic, but then they were like, you know what? We're gonna ease you into it. But I think it's like super exceeding expectations. I mean, they're just letting him say whatever he wants to say. I mean, he's saying, "Oh, it's raw, uncut with it. I'm off the scale with it." I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, sir, we use
it's like reminiscent to Stone Cold in the way he spoke.
Like, he's gonna be the one to snap. Like, he's on Raw. He's gonna be the one to say, you know, every word in the dictionary. He's gonna be the one to say, like, this is Netflix. It's raw, unedited. I'm going crazy. I'm saying what I want. Like, that to me is where he belongs. Uncut, unscripted. That is Jacob Fatu, man.
And I think they both found because, you know, it's always, you need that catchphrase. And they both found it already. I mean, you know, you got the yee.
Yes.
You know, that's my guy. I would like to see him talk a little bit more, but
because he can.
Because he can too. But I like where they're going with it. They're just like, you know what? Keep playing this out. Now he found his niche. And now Jacob's kind of going with the Yadamin. And everyone's catching on to it. So I'm guessing by next week, we're gonna have these these tribal werewolf shirts. Because if you noticed, he had a new shirt on already this week.
That looked like a Wolfpack shirt.
Sorry, Kurt. I didn't know he was gonna get another T-shirt that fast, bro.
That looked like
got you something different for Christmas. I was like, man, I don't think he's gonna move merchandise this fast, but it looks like they're pushing him straight to the. Now, speaking of that T-shirt, did it have a little NWO feel to you?
I just said it looked like the Wolfpack shirt.
It kind of looked like the Wolfpack shirt. When Eddie says when Jacob snapped, it was game on. And you were saying about going off the rails. I do want to go back to that, Paul. I actually think the crowd was pulling him to do more moonsaults. The more they were one more time, they're probably just telling him like, "Yep, go ahead and do it again." Like,
yeah, I feel the same way, because I think he was about to exit the ring, you know, and the crowd started chanting. I think it was just like, you know what, play on, let's go, let's give him one more. You want it? You know, there probably was that key word to the ref, you know, to Strowman down there. Can you take one more? You know, that you know, lingo. But man, he just played into it, like, give one more, and that's like, okay, let me just go crazy and do it.
But you know what? Strowman should play in. If he's doing his job, he should play into it. Yes, tell him to keep coming. Yeah. Because this is the hottest I'm going to be at this current moment, too. Like, this is making me better.
Yep.
So keep him coming. If he has to hit 4 or 5 of them, keep them coming, but we're on a time schedule. So I do think the third one was probably more or less like, it was probably the more unwarranted one, but the crowd, you got to do what the crowd asked for. You know what I mean?
See,
So
I thought we were going to get like 5 of them. I thought we were getting like a Bronson Reed moment. Remember that back in the day where he did 5 of them? You know,
Oh
off the
yeah,
top rope.
on set.
I was thinking like, oh, this is going to be like a Bronson Reed thing. My man is going off the rails here. Like we seen Bronson Reed go crazy. My man Jacob Fatu is just going to be insane right now. He's going to give him 6. And man, my favorite wrestler right now is Jacob Fatu. I love that, man.
Man, that's super talent right there. And we had a main event for the World Championship match too. We had Gunther and we had Jey Uso. Guys, what's your thoughts? Obviously Gunther pulled it out. Where are we going with this Jey Uso thing?
Are we done with him yet? Are we done yet with Jey Uso or what? I mean, is the story still going?
It's like they acknowledge that he's hot by keeping him in the main event, but it's like you keep putting him in these big match situations just for him to lose. I mean, I feel like he keeps getting more over, but you're not. That's not gonna be consistent. At some point, people are gonna get tired of it, and they're just gonna give up on him.
Agreed.
It happens.
Oh no, you're absolutely right because like I was saying, where he's kind of getting that place to be like where the crowd's so feeling so bad for you, which that's obviously what they feel bad for you. But they're getting to the point where remember when they wanted Sammy to have the belt so bad, and it was just like, come on, Sammy, come on, and WWE kept saying, nah,
it's the same thing,
and he's starting to kind of get into that now. I'm not real big because I'm just like Gunther. I feel like Gunther, like you're the company mascot. You really are, and which there's nothing wrong with that. There's totally nothing wrong with that. I just can't get past the mic skills, and I'm never gonna get past it. And I understand they're trying their hardest to push him because I mean there's nothing hotter than him right now. And do you guys understand why he's so hot? Because this is like it's organic. It's not like the WWE is trying to make him this superstar. The crowd's making him a superstar, So they're getting to that point where it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So you think they're missing their mark, or do you think they should move on?
Good, Kurt.
I mean, it's probably time to move on. If you're not gonna put any type of single strap on them, just get the tag team back together and let's continue making this tag team division hot.
That's what I'm looking at. I think they're going to enough is enough here. Your main event Jey Uso. Well, you're 0-3. You know what I mean? It's time for them to move on. So I like what you said, Kurt. I think it's time to get the band back. Get your brother. Let's go get the tag teams because the tag teams are hot right now, man. I mean, who would have thought the New Day is not the New Day? The New Day sucks now. Which we'll talk about. Raw. The family's turning on the New Day now. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jey Uso and Jimmy need to get back the band. And let's strap up to be, the tag team champs again. Throw that name out there because I think that's the hype right there.
I think we're so far away from it because it seems like they're trying to move. They're trying to make Jimmy his own star over there as well.
They're trying, but we got this portal open. I'm about 90% sure they're still going to end up doing a draft after Mania. So
yeah, I do. I like them both on their own little path. I do. I feel like if you're gonna do something with them, make sure you do it. Now, I was shaky about the Jay thing now, but I'm starting to see like, man, you're gonna have to do something with it because these crowds love him.
They love him.
It's just, but they just need to write him some promos down or something, and maybe it's not just that. He only needs like 2 rounds of the yeets.
Yeah.
Going out there for 5 minutes doing that, he's completely gassed.
And the thing is, like, come down the ramp, brother. You don't need to come off the stands, from second level coming down, then doing the yeet. My man is out of breath, man. Out of breath.
Totally out of breath. And like it really showed last night because he went on for they went on and on and on.
I thought that's all he was out there to do, and it really was.
It
because he didn't say much.
He didn't say. Well, he couldn't. He was gassed. How can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talk when you need oxygen? It was like
right.
It was like he already competed in the Rumble already. Like it seems
He
like
was
he started.
he was entrance number one. He was gassed. That's how bad he was gassed. You know what
His
I mean?
whole entrance was a speed match.
Yeah.
Whole thing. It's just
It was
him.
longer than a speed match.
Mhm.
So they're either gonna have to do something. But like you said, do you want to put the title on him just to rip it off him real fast? Or do you maybe want to put him back in that Intercontinental division and like try to run with that for a little bit?
I mean, can you? Is the hype there with like Braun Breaker? I mean, do you keep it on Braun or you just let Jay go in there, win the title, then take it away from him? You know, at the next pay per view. I don't know. I'd rather see him with the tag team. I really
I seen a
would.
comment earlier where they said they feel like Braun's ready for the world title picture.
So they need a replacement for there, right?
Well,
You
For
think
Braun,
he's
then?
ready?
I'm,
You think?
I, I'm kind
Mm-mm.
of. I don't know if I'm ready for him to be main
Nah,
event. I
nah.
like. I like making sure people are really ready, man. Like they used to do back in the day. You know, with Mr. Perfect, there was that core guys that always stayed right there.
I think
Just
he's ready.
because if you get in the mix up there, man, you might really be getting you might be getting beat up by Drew every week. You might be, you're gonna be getting
Braun
beat up,
beat
huh?
up by Drew.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna probably, bro. Drew's a top guy right now.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear it.
Well,
Not Braun Breaker. Mm,
so,
No.
cut that out.
Well, see,
Please
here's the
cut
thing too.
that out.
Here's the thing too. If say Braun straps up and he gets the world championship, okay, is he the type person who, like the people champ, he has to be there every night? Like we see Cody there every night, every event he's there. He's ready to fight somebody. Is
We don't
that Braun Breaker? Can
we
he
don't see
carry
heel
that?
champions there every night.
Can Braun Breaker go there and be that
Sometimes
guy every
sometimes
night?
sometimes we only see Gunther on a vignette.
That's true. Yeah, that's
that's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Um, man, I'm still. I think he's teetering, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm not just ready for
That's
it
what I'm
yet
saying.
because
I don't want to take the Intercontinental title off of him too soon.
I mean, well, who
You know
At
would?
what?
least
Real
till
quick,
SummerSlam.
I think he does lose the Intercontinental title coming up pretty soon because I think not the pay-per-view, but next week they're in Cleveland, and we know who's from Cleveland, right? The superstar himself, the Maverick, Logan Paul.
Okay.
I think this is what happens. I think this is where he might lose it, and Logan Paul might be the guy to take it. I really see this happening.
The
I don't know
Intercontinental
why.
title.
I think so. I think so.
Well, I mean, it sounds like Logan Paul's throwing his name in the hat for the world championship too, as well.
He did, but I don't think he ain't that guy, man. I mean, come on, that's too. He's a superstar. We know his in-ring talent is impeccable. Like, who would have thought this guy would have been like that? But I think he
I
might
mean,
be the Intercontinental guy. I think he might be that guy, especially coming to Cleveland, next week. I think he throws his hat, his name in the mix there. Somehow comes out with this Braun Breaker thing, man.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a couple people are throwing their name in the hat because I don't know if you've seen after Raw went off last night, but Penta actually walked up on Penta actually walked up on Braun Breaker for a little showdown. So it seems like he's already throwing his name in the mix.
Can we please push Penta faster? Man, that dude, man. Woo, that dude is badass, man.
Penta is legit.
And he can talk, so that we don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
And
I'll
he has
take Penta
that
versus Braun
marketability.
Breaker.
He has that marketability too. That look, that gimmick. That's Penta has it all, man, from top to bottom, man.
Man, that I'm sure they've made plenty of money off that mask already.
Big time.
You know what I
Shirts,
mean?
mask.
The mask.
Yep.
What else do they have? They probably have the gloves, right? I would assume they probably have gloves.
They got a couple different shirts already. I don't know if I've seen gloves, but I wouldn't. Why not? Why not have gloves?
I mean, it's marketing genius. I just hope they don't just wear it out. That's all.
Mm.
Because there's still guys I feel like you can put in that Intercontinental mix, man. I really like Kaiser. I really do.
See, I think he's going to if he's involved, it's going to be a triple threat match. You know what I mean? Somehow it's going to end up with a triple threat with Ludwig Kaiser. I don't see him being the one-on-one guy to take it from Braun Breaker, though. I can see a triple threat. Somehow it happens that way, but I just can't see them, Braun Breaker and Kaiser one-on-one. I mean, to me, that just doesn't draw the pop for me.
It doesn't. I mean, but he got the mic skills and he can really wrestle.
True.
I think and I think it'll help him too. You know what I mean? It'll get him a little more TV time and a little bit more talking. I just think he has that look of, man, he's like the perfect racist in my opinion. He just has. If I wanted to look at a racist and say, "You're the perfect racist," it's him. And it sells me every time. It's I don't know if it's the walk, it's the look, it's the real.
It's everything about his presentation.
Well, you're going back to like the Imperium days, like the soldier walk, like the racist soldier walk. I guess what it is.
He still kind of does it, With
he does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the arm tied behind the back, his nose is always in there. He just has the perfect look. I'm like,
I'm better than you
at everything. So he even had that look last night when they had that little small run-in with I forget who they had to run in with last night, but he looked like he was just better.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anybody you guys think can take the belt from Gunther and we'll be okay with it? Like other did you say Brie?
But see, you gotta go from world championship down to Gunther because Cody's still at the plateau there with him and Kevin's feud. But you gotta go to that second level. Who do they want to put in that second level to take it from Gunther? Who do you think? Go ahead, Kurt. What do you got?
I mean, this kind of falls in line with the Rumble and all that because it's right there. Honestly, it's not a lot.
I got one guy. Go ahead. I'll let you first. I got one guy.
You got one guy?
Yeah. It's part of the storyline. I think it's going to happen, but it's out of the box. Let's put it that way. Not because we're on out of the box. My prediction's out of the box, man. Yeah.
What you got?
I got Sami Zayn, man. Because Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, man. I know everybody wants that Sammy KO WrestleMania, but I think somehow Sammy's going to be the guy to win. Take out Gunther because Sammy has that backing of the crowd, man. I think there's one person that can do it. It might be Sami Zayn, man.
Sammy is one of the guys who's already pinned and beat Gunther.
That's what I mean. I mean, he's done it once. Sammy, I go back to that WrestleMania in Philadelphia, that little promo, just win. It's like one of those moments, the Rocky moment is going to be Sami Zayn in the corner. It's going to be Sami Zayn. It's the only guy I can see doing it because he has the crowd to take Gunther out.
And everybody feels bad for him all the time.
Right.
And I think this would be a good chance to I wouldn't be mad. I mean, like I said, I know it's a long shot, but I would not be mad at all if Sammy somehow pulled the Rumble out. Because I think he needs it. He's one of those guys who need it.
Yeah. Especially with all, the Hulea kicks coming out there, the wrong guy, Seth, Cody. They're playing him to like the bad guy. Nobody wants him. He's the bad guy. He's a good guy. That's why I think Sami Zayn is going to be the guy to get that title. And we're not going to see KO and whatever. We're going to see Cody or WrestleMania again. But I think Sami Zayn is the guy that beat Gunther. I just see it. I see it happening.
Yeah, it seems like there's so much going on with that story right now. With him kicking Cody now.
He kicked Seth.
He kicked Seth.
Cody.
I mean, so what are we doing here? Like, what?
I can understand
it just
the first time being an accident.
And KO's wearing Sammy t-shirts at the same time.
My man just wears anybody, bro. He has so much fun with these t-shirts. It's like a marketing genius. You know what I mean? Like, I love Sammy. I love this. And I'm like, man, my man.
He's been streak. Last week he was beating up Jimmy wearing a Naomi t-shirt.
Yes.
What was it? He wore a Terry Funk t-shirt. Well,
that's just proof that people buy female wrestling shirts.
I don't know anybody that wouldn't buy a female wrestler. If you support the wrestler, you got to buy the gear, man.
Yeah, see, here we go on the female wrestling t-shirts again. Little Yachty had a female's wrestling t-shirt last night. So Kurt's still stuck on. I'm not buying a female's wrestling.
So did Kevin Owens.
He stole that probably.
He wore it.
How? So
Ooh.
Eddie says Sammy beats Gunther. Braun Breaker beats Sammy at SummerSlam. That's a lot of story there. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but what do we do with Jey Uso now? Because he's still in this mix. We got Jay, we have Drew, we have CM Punk.
See,
There's a lot of people that can take this belt from Gunther.
See, the crazy thing is all these promos we're seeing that, like, Penta, we're seeing Jey Uso, especially when he couldn't even breathe last night, saying, the only way I can do this is to win the Royal Rumble. You're seeing all these people say they're winning the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, to Cody Rhodes last night. They're showing all these promos, man. I tell you what, they are like cliffhanging the hell out of this, because after all these promos, your favorite might be like, oh, damn, I just watched that promo. Oh, damn, that's hyped me up. I think this guy might win the Royal Rumble. They're playing this marketing to a T, man. They really are.
I think it's a lot harder to call it this year than previous years.
I think they're doing that on purpose, because usually they usually have that guy that just stands out the most, which obviously we've all kind of came to the conclusion, like before, it seemed like it was just CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're trying, like you said, there's all these, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I don't know, I even felt like Drew had some little hidden Easter eggs in his promo on Raw. I don't know if anybody got into that, but it sounded like there was a lot of small Brock Lesnar references in there. If you go back over that promo, there were some very small Brock kind of. So would Brock happen to be in the Rumble this year? It's been a while.
That's a great point. Hey, what the biggest event, Royal Rumble, make an appearance, come in here, because he's going to be probably 26 to 30. He ain't going to be one of the dudes fresh up the jump. He's going to be one of the late entrances. And to have him come out there, I think that would be crazy, man.
Well, I just don't know if he can make it to the final four. Like last time, remember when he came out first and he threw out like the first 12 or 13 people? I think that was one of my favorite Rumbles ever, honestly. So what do you think, Kurt? Do you think there was any Easter eggs last night that might have had even Brock in there?
I could have missed it.
I didn't catch it. Yeah, I didn't catch it.
There was just, I felt like Drew had just had, because Drew was just going and going and going. So
I felt like there was some. We're talking to Paul Heyman. I don't doubt it at all.
I mean, it seemed like it was very kind of, like it was hidden. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I mean, that's another name that they could possibly throw in the hat. Obviously nobody wants Brock to win it, so I wouldn't see him winning it. You can probably start a good feud with him in the Rumble.
I think if Brock comes out, it's a pop. That's all it is. This is the crowd pop right there to have him come back. I can't see him winning. I can't see him being in the top 5 at the end of it. I can't see that, because he's not the guy that's going to show up every day. You know what I mean? We're not going to see him, so I can't see him winning at all. So I'm going to throw him out the mix. Definitely.
And also, last night after it went off air, Carmelo Hayes attacked Cody Rhodes.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so that's something that also happened after. So I think that puts Carmelo somewhere in the mix. I wouldn't say as a big time superstar, obviously not, but he threw his name in the hat as well. So, but he's a young speedster, and they like young speedsters, so he's probably going to be in there pretty early.
Yeah, but I think he's just a name to fill out the roster in the Royal Rumble. I can't see him being out there, I can't.
But I can't see him attacking Cody like that for just no reason. There has to be a reason why he attacked him after it went off air. It's like they're going to try to start using him, because you notice he keeps getting good matches against good superstars. He's just coming out on the bottom of all those.
Most of them, yeah.
Right.
So I feel like they might want to throw him out there early and try to make it seem like he can actually go for a little bit, because obviously he's going to be springboarding and doing all kinds of. You want those athletic guys in there, because once the powerhouse guys come in there, it's over.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, I don't think there's any other hidden guys that I could think of that you'd really want. He said Brock at #1 would cause a big pop.
Brock at
Yeah.
any place would cause
Yeah.
a big
Yeah,
pop.
Brock at any place, it's gonna be a crazy pop. I mean, you know that music, you know it's all business.
Oh, of course.
And Eddie said I would have Mello out quickly. I think he's gonna try to use people to his advantage with his athletic ability. So you try to use those big guys to his total advantage. Don't keep them out there because they're going to want that guy that's going to last who knows how long.
Mhm.
So, like I said, I kind of was looking on the internet. I'm like, yeah,
Get
this
in
makes
good
logical
spots.
sense to me that they will start trying to push Carmelo because he's gotten beat up by almost everybody so far.
Mm-hmm.
Alistair Black might be a
Aleister Black
surprise.
is definitely gonna. He's definitely gonna be a surprise.
Now, does he
That's-
come? Okay, so does he come back as Alistair Black or the character that he used in AEW?
I
Kurt,
would
you would
just.
probably.
I would just. I mean, he's been Malachi Black for what, the past 4 years. Just keep it.
Would
Oh,
AEW allow him to come back with the name?
Yeah, they're not. They don't have. Yeah,
There.
that's his name.
That is his name. Well,
For the most part, everybody.
you
pretty
don't think
much-
they would just try to go back to something that they used to, like with that cool entrance
could.
before? Because that entrance was cool before. That's what actually like.
I mean,
got
yeah, bring back that. But why change the name? You can present him the same exact way that you did because his entrance was nice.
That's what Eddie just said. Both characters are similar, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, they said on Raw during the transfer window that Zelina Vegas was going back to
Yeah.
SmackDown. So,
Yeah. But
well, that's
we
where
had Chad Gable mention the dark arts of lucha, and they're on Raw, right?
they're on Raw. So, does Zelina go back with Andrade again? Because that's her original. I mean, what do you do with Zelina Vegas?
Maybe
though,
they
man?
want
It's
her
like,
to stand on her own.
can she?
I think she can. I think she can.
You need opponents for Tiffany.
I mean, just every time I've seen her wrestle, I'm just never impressed. When they were trying to push her a little bit before, it was just kind of, it just didn't do much for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I
if
get
she
it. I get it.
I think they give her the IC title first versus Chelsea Green. That's where I think she gets it from. To start off a little bit lower with the belt and then move your way
Okay.
up, because that's what I see, man.
I could see them. I could see that her getting the IC belt from Chelsea Green and holding that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's a good call, Paul. I didn't expect that one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
I wouldn't throw her all the way up
It's-
top. Yeah, I
it's
think
possible.
I think it's the IC first, because to get that under your belt first, and then build the rep up, and then see where it goes. If the crowd stays with you, if they're against you, then you move up to the next level. But I see her Chelsea Green first, because, man, I don't know, man. I think she has the in-ring moves, but I just don't know yet. I think it's going to be too much of a jump right off the start there.
And I still feel like
she's
Chelsea's
very
not
small.
being.
That's their biggest.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I still just feel like Chelsea's not being used right. Like, it's just always so corny. Oh, Eddie says Zelina's a better.
We say that because we know she.
I'm
can
with
wrestle.
you, Eddie. Go ahead, Kurt. I'm with Eddie on that.
We say that because we know she can wrestle, and that she's more or less the comedy.
Exactly. Yes, that's what it is. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A random name just came to my head. What about does Carmella come back anytime soon?
Is she ready? I mean, how old's her baby now? How long has she been out?
It's been quite some time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We haven't seen her in a minute, right?
Yeah, I actually was a Carmella fan. I mean, she was terrible too. It wasn't that she was good. I don't know. All she did was super kicks. We could do some over-unders on super kicks with her.
Yeah, we got to look up draft. We got to hit up DraftKings for that one.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I forgot all about her.
Her Carmella?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got 30 entrances, man. You're gonna be pulling people out the darkness, man. She might be one of the players in this because you need 30 wrestlers, man. I mean,
they have the bodies though, because
They do have the bodies now, Paul. Yeah.
you have
You think
you have
about
an
the
extensive
NXT
roster.
characters.
You have
yeah,
NXT. They have a partnership with TNA, so you might see a couple of those bodies showing up. Debuts, because we have at least one debut that we know of.
Okay. We know returns come back, so we still have a possibility of
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Becky.
We know Charlotte.
Charlotte's in there.
We're definitely getting Becky. That's a definite. She was supposed to come back last week's Raw or the Raw before that.
Has anybody disappeared from? Oh, yep. We know
There you
Jordan
go,
Grace.
Eddie.
That's his favorite pick.
That's the winner.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
That's what I said, man. Just going straight to the top. I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's a big push, man. Right off the jump, man.
See it. Look what happened to Ethan Page. I know that's down in NXT, but I don't think it really makes a difference.
No, I don't think it makes a difference. Yes, it does. Because they're not going to put Ethan Page. No sooner he goes to Raw, he's not going to go straight to the
Kurt,
top.
If Jordan wins this Royal Rumble, who's she take out? Is she Rhea Ripley material or is she Tiffany Stratton material? Where does she jump? Like tier 1, tier 2? Where does she go?
It's like, what would you rather see? I'd much rather see. I mean, I'm assuming she's going to come in the face. Rhea's a face right now, so the logical way to go would be Tiffany. But I'd much rather see Jordan Grace and Rhea.
Okay. Damn, you skyrocketed her right up to the top, bro.
Man, he's been trying to put the battery on her backpack.
Ever since next week we're gonna see Kurt with a Jordan Grace shirt on. Boy, he's gonna be rocking that shirt. I'm telling you.
I'm not that much of a fan. I just know Triple H loves her.
Okay. Eddie agrees with you. He's saying skyrocketed right up to Rhea. Okay.
Rhea.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think we're on a sweep there, and you too, Eddie. I think I'd much rather see if that would so happen. I'd much rather see her wrestle Rhea.
Much rather see it.
I just don't see that matchup.
I mean, she doesn't have to win.
She doesn't have to win.
But why can't she be in that spot?
You know what, Kurt? You see, this is why I got back into wrestling, watching you guys, how you guys speak about this, because storylines are clicking in my head, man. I don't know if it's the ADHD, my medications are wearing off, but I'm gonna tell you what, I kind of agree with you. Shoot Jordan Grace up there, win the Rumble, have her face Rhea, win or lose, that's her highlight spot right there. And then who comes back and wins it, challenges Rhea, the queen. I can see something like this, like a storyline going on. I don't know.
We see Charlotte and Rhea already.
That story.
I think it's going to come back, man. I think it's been a while, man. It's been a minute. I think that people want to see it because these promos that we're seeing from Charlotte, man, I'm telling you, like, she's going to get her shot and it's going to be quick. They're going to move her fast.
But that's why I think they want her and like we've been saying for a couple weeks now. Tiffany. Yeah, it just seems.
Because Rhea is too hot. Rhea's too hot. Her character right now is just off the limits. Like she's off
and it's right like to me, it's like the queen versus the princess. And once you get, because if you could wrestle Charlotte, you're ready to go. There's certain people in the locker room. If you can hold your weight with them, they know you're going to be really ready to go. And you could usually see, that's how you usually see it. If you can go out there with Becky and hold your own, if you can go out there with, I guess, I'm not the biggest fan, but obviously Bailey, and there's certain ones I think they understand, like, all right, if these people can go with these people, then we know where they're going to go in this business.
Yeah, you made a name for yourself, yeah.
And I mean, Charlotte, there's nothing, in my opinion, I'm sure, I don't think there's been any female wrestler ever better than Charlotte. I think
she's the GOAT. She's the GOAT to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there's other countries that they have, different styles of wrestlers. But when it comes to female wrestling around here, I mean, in the U.S., it's Charlotte. She's on that Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's the bar.
But I want to ask you guys something. Since we're speaking of really Raw right now, I want to ask you guys something, man. how do you feel about JD Big Head McDonough? I tell you what, this dude, man, I thought he broke his damn neck last night. I really did. Like when I seen that head snap against that table, I thought he was dead, man. My man shook it off, got back in there, and did his thing, man.
Well, we must be on the same algorithm right now because that's what I was going to go into next. A little injury report.
There you go.
But yeah, you started it off. Yeah, JD McDonough took that moonsault to the outside. I thought he broke his neck.
Yes.
I can't believe he got up. I mean, he got up. He finished the match. You could clearly see that he was loopy, and they were all over the place. But my goodness! And then he took that neck breaker. I don't know if you noticed that he took that neck breaker from Eric afterwards. He also, when he went flying to the outside, he smacked the apron pretty hard. He had a rough night last night. I guess they ended up saying he broke his ribs and he blew a lung.
Punctured his lung, yeah.
Eddie says that was a dumb spot by JD. Actually, Eddie, I gotta like push back on that one. This is what JD does. JD always does. It just so happened
positioning and timing.
And these are new tables. I don't know if people realize they're using new tables out there. So they're a lot firmer, they're a lot more sturdy. They have these big LED lights in them. So I mean, if you notice, the tables aren't collapsing as easy, the last couple weeks. So it just position, timing, and a freak accident. But yeah, my goodness, JD, I think he gained a lot of respect from a lot of people, though, last night.
He gained my respect, man. Just watching him, like, now knowing the injury report, a punctured lung, a broken rib. My man, he like
a few broken ribs.
And the crazy thing is when they played that replay back in slow motion, like you seen it, fast forward, it's like, okay, what did he really hit? Did he really hit the table? Then they played that back in slow motion. I'm like, oh, that's when you cringe, like, oh, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then even Pat McAfee played it off good. He was like, that really didn't hurt him because his big head. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah. And then once they realized it was worse than what it was, they were like, you're going to need to get help out here. Even Michael Cole said at one point, he was like, man, he said, we joke around a lot, man, but like this guy is tough.
Yes.
And then obviously he collapsed. The rumor was he collapsed the minute he walked in the back. And obviously, I don't know if you guys ever broke a rib, bro, it sucks. So I can only imagine having a few broken ribs. He probably couldn't breathe out there. And then, I mean, he was probably semi-knocked out, I would assume, for the first couple seconds. He probably
Well, there was one spot when Ray was in the ring. JD was up on the apron, holding on to the rope there, not ready to go in yet. Ray looked at him, and I think you couldn't read the words, but he looked at him. It looked like to me he said, "Are you okay?" And
Dom was like,
Dom, yeah. Dom looked at him like, "Are you okay? Ready for the tag?" And JD was like, "Let's go, tag me." And I'm like, "Damn, this boy's crazy."
Yeah, he went out there. And I mean, he definitely, obviously, they said he'll probably be off for a couple months. But I think when he comes back, you know what they usually do for you. They usually take care of you pretty well once you come back. So, and especially the way he went out there and then still continued. Because I'm pretty sure he could have probably told them, I can't finish this.
Yeah, you got that word of that, the hand motion, like, look, I'm done. Let's end it.
Well, because you seen the referee look, you seen everyone look. And once he didn't, throw the X, I'm like, oh my God. And then he eventually got up. And like you said, he looked at him and was like, yo, bro, are you good? Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah. And then he took the tag right in immediately.
Yes, he did.
And then, like I said, even what's his name? Eric hit him with that neck breaker afterwards. And I'm like, oh my God, this dude is taking a hell of an ass beating tonight for no reason. You don't have to do this to yourself.
Like, man, at our age, we feel pain, but just imagine a punctured lung in the event as you're still going, a cracked rib, and you're still going, taking these moves like he did. Like, it ain't nothing, man. It's like, I give this dude so much credit. His character, they make fun of the big head, whatever. He's not the greatest guy. But I tell you what, man,
a lot of people's respect.
He so did. He got mine last night. I'll tell you that, man.
Oh my God,
man.
Another one on the injury report. Dakota Kai. Are we shocked?
I'm not shocked. And your girl Zoe Stark did it.
I mean, it wasn't. That's a freak accident again, man. This
Again,
you said it
yeah,
like it was
but
on
come on, bro.
purpose.
This is exactly why they didn't put that title on her, because they knew it's got to happen soon.
It's gotta, bro. It happened.
This is the
Like,
longest she's lasted though, since
this is
being on the
probably
main
the.
roster.
But I think it was too many matches in a row, man. She was getting like a match a week, so I mean, she was bound to get injured. I think.
It's time to let it go.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
But what do you? You think they just let her go?
I didn't say let her go. It's time for her to let it go.
So you think she should give up wrestling?
You think she's just a better person with damage control, just like the Mike Hype person? She ain't to me. She's not the wrestler to me.
Like,
she's
if you
decent, but she's injury prone.
Exactly.
And then I think if you put her back with damage control, it's just like kind of like, what's she here for? I mean, obviously she was like the mouthpiece, but they're starting to let EO talk a little bit more. Obviously, they're trying to get her to talk a little bit more. So, I mean, she's kind of almost like she's becoming useless. I mean, if you're just going to be hurt every 2 weeks, and I mean,
it sucks too because I like her. She's decent. She's good, but you can't stay healthy.
Yeah. But man, they really was trying to push her this time too. You know, she was getting those videos. She obviously she was in the finals of that Intercontinental title. So you just pushed her just to be right back out the door.
She'd probably be better as a manager, but
probably just better as a manager because she's always getting hurt. I don't even think you can make her a tag team wrestler. If you get her something established, how long is it going to last?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they already have trouble with the female tag titles anyway. Like, this is the first time they probably actually had them on somebody who wasn't hurt for a long period of time.
Somebody always gets hurt.
It's the curse of the women's tag titles.
Yep.
Well, it's like the second half of the show. Paul, did you want to do a quick rundown of our channel here?
Yeah, you know what, guys? Listen to me, man. If you guys want to start your own show, I did this company 2.5 years ago with one show. Now we have up to 20 shows. Getting back into it again. I reached out. I met Kurt at the bank. We started hitting it off, talking about some things. I said, "Hey, you love wrestling?" "Yes, I do." "Come on aboard. Let's start it." Part-time Marks is here. But listen, if you're out there, man, and you want to talk sports, entertainment, hit me up. Paul Spencer, that's my name. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. Everybody knows, where to go. Subscribe to it. But if you want to start your own show, man, reach out to myself. Reach out to Larry. Reach out to Kurt. Hit them up if you're friends with them. If you want to start your own show, reach out to one of us. We'll get you started, I promise you. Listen, it's not hard to do. You get up here and you're passionate about something. Talk about what you love to talk about. There's nothing to it. We don't charge anything. We don't do anything. We do this for fun, man, number one, because I know these guys personally. But, to me, it's all about one word to me, and it's family. Out of the box, it's nothing but family, man. So if you want to come aboard, come on over. Let us know. We can put you in a time slot, get you started. We'll produce your shows for you. As you see, we do all the graphics here. We'll take care of you, man. So come on aboard if you like what you see. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's mark about it.
There we go.
Guys, who do you think, just random, who do you think lasts the longest in the Rumble?
Wow.
Drew.
Drew
comes out early.
You think Drew comes out early, lasts a long time?
Yeah.
Paul?
Man, that's a hard question, really. I mean, last the longest time wise.
Yeah. Last year, Jey Uso lasted 50 minutes and 50 seconds, and he started at number 1.
It's hard to think about. I really don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be a big guy. You know what? I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar. I think he comes out early, makes it to the top 10, So you're gonna last at least 20 guys. It's not gonna be the hour or so, but I think he lasts damn nearly 45 minutes if the energy is still there, though, because we don't know what he's like right now. I don't know. I think it's gonna be him, but I can see Drew though. Drew has that ability. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about like it's probably two guys we've been talking about, Sammy and Jay. I feel like I feel like Sammy or Jay, like you said, those guys. I don't know if because since Jay did it last year, maybe Sammy this year is just out there and out there and out there, and then
Eddie says
finally
Braun Breaker.
Eddie says Braun Breaker.
Wow.
I could see Breaker lasting a long time.
You know. Yeah. I think it's going to be a smaller guy because we always see that one guy that gets thrown out of the ring. He slides under the ring and just chills for a second. You know what I mean? He's out there for a minute. He gets back in there. He lasts a long time. He's got the energy. He has that big spot moment. It might be one of these younger cats, these little guys, though. If you think about it,
what you just explained sounds like either Austin Theory or Grayson Waller.
Oh hell no! Are you serious?
To do something like that?
Yeah, it's like the shady move. The shady move. Yeah, I get that. I get the shady move. Yeah.
Well, I see one of them like going under the. I see one of them going under the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, then, I can see Dom doing that though.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
The slimy dude going under the ring, chilling. Like, okay, 5 left. I make my appearance. Check it out. The cameras will be panned on him, looking up top of the ring. There's 5 motherfuckers in the ring. I'm getting in now. You know what I mean? That's what I can see. I can see Dom there.
I can see Dom doing. I can see Dom pulling that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go under the ring, and then somebody comes and probably pulls him out. Somebody knows he's under there.
Right.
I feel like they're going to be leaning more into that lie, cheat, steal gimmick with Dominic. So we're going to see a lot of Eddie parallels here going soon. I mean, it's already there, but
is Big E a wild card member? Well, is Big E a wild card?
Never say never, bro. It could happen.
You know what? I mean, they're throwing him in the mix now because all the stuff between the New Day. I mean, the names coming out there. I mean, Big E. Do we get a Big E signing? I'm signing here.
I mean, I feel like they're starting to push it way more and more, like, with the family members, right. First. So, yeah, what was it last night? It was Xavier's family in Atlanta. Yes. Mm-hmm. And they turned on him. And then Kofi's mom walked out on him a few weeks ago. Yep. Like, they absolutely have no friend. Nobody thinks they're cool at all. Exactly. And they're totally delusional about it at this point.
Even the assholes are treating them bad.
Even the assholes are treating them. Yeah, nobody wants them in the locker room. I think they got to keep running this, like as long as they could.
I feel like if you have Big E pop up in the Rumble, you have to have them come out and throw him over the top rope.
Now, is Kofi and Xavier in the Royal Rumble?
Not that I know of, but
now see that would be the mark right there. If Xavier and Kofi was in the Rumble, Big E's got to come down there and throw one of these dudes out the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they're in there at the same time, I'm gonna assume that something has got to happen. And Kofi's always in the Rumble because he's always known for doing something, something to stay alive. Right. But what happens? Maybe Kofi tries to stay alive and Big E pops out of nowhere. If he can't actually wrestle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how Kofi usually maybe like flies off the apron and sticks to the guardrail.
You know he's going to be there. He's on the pre-shows anyway.
He's already there.
Yeah, he does the pre-show. You're right. Yeah.
So is that how possibly one of them are eliminated? It just seems like they're really, really tapping into this story. So what happened? The cooks at the restaurants, Kofi and Xavier. yeah, nobody.
Yeah, nobody's really fucking with them right now.
Yeah, I don't think nobody. You know what? I'm sticking with you. When you
have Dominic Mysterio telling you, "Yeah, yo, bro," like,
yeah,
you know, you did some fucked up.
I feel bad for them. They don't have no friends, bro. I think I'm gonna have to start sticking out for New Day.
They have each other. That's all they need.
That's all they need, man. They got each other, bro. That's all they got.
You're right. Well, I think
Yo,
I'm alright with him.
what happens next week? Does Big E's parents show up? You know, like with New Day suck shirts. I mean,
Listen,
what's next? We had Kofi, we had Xavier. Why not
everybody's
Biggie?
mad. They're not wrong. He could have came back a long time ago and offered to be their manager. You want to wait all this time? Come on, bro. I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
trying to
mean,
hear that.
I'm kind of on New Day's side too. I'm like, I just wish Kofi would maybe let his beard fill in a little bit.
Hey,
He looks really, really weird with that beard. I'm just
the little changes though, you can tell like they're trying to make him a little bit more hellish. He's dressing a little different. He's getting his stuff lined up a little
yeah, they're
different.
wearing more jeans, but he's gonna have to do something with the dad bod. The internet was really, really
Woods
killing
just
him
got
recently.
that Majin tattoo.
He looks kind of like he's been looking a little sloppy the last couple weeks in the chest area. I don't know. It's like really, really weird daddish.
I ain't
Um,
looking at their chest like that, brother.
Yeah,
I'm not, but they're talking about it on the internet. So I'm just,
No, I'm joking. Who you
but they're
talking about?
talking about it on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
guys,
let me,
which,
let
which,
me ask you
I
this
feel
real
like
quick.
there's quite a
Said
few people letting themselves go over there. We ain't
you
gonna talk about it
said
right
who
now
makes
though,
the
but I know
longest
this.
appearance in the Royal Rumble, right? Who do you think
Mhm.
makes the shortest appearance?
R-Truth?
I was gonna say that. Thank you. You must have read my mind. R-Truth, man. I'm just waiting for that spot. Like, what stupid thing is he gonna do to make my ass like fall out my chair and laugh? You know what I mean?
Didn't he already eliminate himself?
We seen the fake hot tag. Remember that? We seen him go to the women's event. This dude it's something.
Yeah,
This dude
last year was the hot tag, right? He
yes,
came with,
yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was pissed
My man stood
myself.
outside the ring. And it's like, I'm like, what the
He,
hell?
he starts stomping for the crowd, and the crowd suckers right into it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Waller or Theory. Yeah, they started building a feud with Obafemi this week on NXT.
Yeah, I
Speaking
seen
of,
that a little bit
so
tonight. Yeah, I seen a little
Yeah,
bit
they're
of
wrestling
wrestling.
Trick and Owen next week.
I could see, man. Yeah, what he pulled the ladder out one time. He
Yes,
came out and pulled.
yes,
He came out and pulled the ladder out.
yes.
He looked for the hot tag one year. I don't know how he comes up with this shit.
He's a genius, man. He's a genius. He
He
really
just knows
is.
his role, and he only does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's perfect.
Yep, yep.
He says Austin Theory. I do see Austin Theory and Waller not lasting very long at all.
I don't
But
see it either.
they're super good though, man. They're great on the microphone too, especially Waller.
Yeah.
How about women's? Who do you think lasts a very long time?
Wow. You got if you got to go Naya if you think about it. I mean, she's already said it. I mean, unless you're gonna see that 5 women trying to lift up each leg to get her over the ropes. You know you're gonna see that. But I think it's got to be Naya, man. I mean, she's gonna put on a show. She really is. She might not win it, but she's gonna put the show on there, and she's gonna last a long time in this ring, man.
I'm thinking maybe Io.
Wow, you got someone agreeing with you there.
Oh yeah, same time. Io. I think Io lasts a long time. Kurt, any ideas?
Anyone gonna pull a Titus O'Neil?
Yo, you remember that? You remember
Yo,
that?
The greatest Royal Rumble. I remember that was when they had what 40 or 50.
Yeah, it was in actually like a different country when they did it, right?
Yeah,
Did he come running?
It wasn't the actual Rumble, but yeah,
it was. I see Jordan Grace sending Nia out. Man, everybody's on this Jordan Grace.
That's a good spot too.
It is. Okay. Should I get on this Jordan Grace train?
If you could,
I know.
Have Jordan Grace put Nia out by herself.
Well, then you're starting a feud right there.
I'd love it.
I mean, because
but if we're starting a feud right there, that means she's not going to win the Rumble, and I don't like it.
She doesn't win it.
Huh?
Yeah, I agree with that.
If she puts Nia out by herself,
she doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
It just starts. It starts a whole new feud for Nia, and it keeps her away from the title picture, and then it shows her this girl's strength. I don't know. I'm not really always impressed with them. But man, I guess I'm the only one not on the Jordan Grace train yet. It's just
I'm not either. I'm not either. I don't think Jordan Grace is. No, I don't think so yet. That's too much of a push right away.
is there any women they let go from AEW recently that might pop up?
Not that I know of.
Is there any? Because you know they just go through women and wrestlers like, so we don't know who's released, who's not released, unless
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
I don't remember hearing. But who would you want?
Who would I want?
Who would you want from AEW?
I think the only one that's actually worth something. I didn't like her when she was there the first time, but Tony Storm maybe.
I like Tony Storm. I'll take Britt Baker too.
Well, there's one. She's supposed to be released. Good call.
Is she?
I mean, they're having issues.
Hey, I'll take Britt Baker.
You take Britsburg.
The doctor, huh?
I'll take her.
Yeah, because they could do something with her.
They could.
I mean, she's already her own gimmick.
Mercedes Moné, she's under contract, right?
Mercedes.
She's still on like a huge contract, right? She got a long time left, right?
Yeah,
Mercedes ain't going nowhere because they're going to give her every title she wants.
And she loves it. That we don't want nothing. None of us want mid-card Mercedes.
AEW, I wouldn't say that because they have some pretty decent wrestlers over there. It's just the booking and
I didn't like Tony Storm until she did that timeless Tony Storm gimmick. But she just gave it up.
No, it's back. She brought it back. Well, we were watching Saturday night's main event. Collision was on, and timeless Tony Storm is back.
I thought she just went to the other. I thought she went back to the old Tony Storm. Just the other day.
she did, and now she's back to being timeless. I guess she bumped her head again. So
I'll tell you what. There's two names that I do not want to see in the Royal Rumble. You ready for this?
Like
you ready for this? Lita is number one.
I don't want to see Lita.
No, and Trish Stratus. I don't want to see those two.
I'd rather see Trish before.
No,
Lita.
yeah, I'd rather see her too. But man, I tell you what, like if Lita shows up, I'm just gonna be like,
Lita can't move like she used to.
How many moves have we seen her miss when she came back? Like, are you serious, man?
And I'm be honest with you. If they can do without some of, I know there's usually one or two.
We don't need the legends though.
Exactly.
You don't need that's exactly what I was
exactly. And for this reason, what Eddie said, the roster is deep.
I know if that's the Undertaker, I don't want Michelle McCool.
No,
I don't.
We don't need anybody who's not active on the roster.
No, I don't want Molly Holly, and I used to love looking at Molly Holly.
I
don't want Molly Holly. I don't even want what's her name from TNA? Well, she's always back and forth. What's her name? She's always back and forth in WWE.
Mickie James.
I don't want Mickie James. Like you said, the roster's way too deep for that, man. Like
too deep.
Pull these NXT
between 3 brands.
Like to me right now, the Royal Rumble is when you want to showcase that not main card name. Bring her in here just to show her in the ring. This is the time to let the name be seen. I don't want to see the legends come out, man, because that's just like, damn, really? You know,
you're killing.
It's a wasted roster spot to me. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's a good question. And guys, if you want to tune in, who do you think gets the most eliminations?
Nia. For the women, I think it's Nia. She's on a tear right now. She's got vengeance on her mind, man. She's going after everybody because she's already said it. It's you, and you against me. She's going after everybody, man. She's a one woman show. She's taking everybody out.
Let me give the most eliminations to Bianca.
Bianca?
Okay, but here's the question: if you say Bianca, who takes Bianca? I think it's Naomi.
I think that
It's one of the two. One of the two is going to eliminate each other somehow.
They're going to work together long enough.
Yeah.
Oh well, since we're on that crew, it seems like they dropped a little Jade hint too last night on Raw during that tag match. They
I mean, if she's good to go, I wouldn't mind her coming out and ruining both of their rumbles.
Yeah, they dropped a little Easter egg that just last year Naomi was eliminated by
Oh,
Jade.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Yes. Yes. Good call. Good call.
So I
They
feel
did.
like they kind of dropped a little hint by saying that. They just said ironically Naomi was eliminated by Jade just last year.
You're right.
So
I
I
Because it
missed
was
agree.
that last comment by Josh. What was that?
He
Do
do
we
we
get a
get a
surprise?
surprise entrance from TNA? I feel like we might get a surprise entrance. Would it be Zach Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler? I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think he
I
would
don't.
be the last one.
I'm not a fan of either one of those. I mean, I've never been a
Um,
fan of Dolph. I know Dolph can wrestle, but ugh,
Most eliminations. Braun
I
Breaker.
feel like
he thinks
Josh
he's going to
Alexander is
last
going
a
to
long time.
debut.
He feels like he's going to throw a lot of people out. I
Braun's
like
going
it,
to throw a
Eddie.
lot of people out.
And he says Jordan Grace throws a lot of people out. Moose.
I
Oh, he
can
thinks
see
Moose.
it,
Okay.
but I feel like I don't know.
I
I can
think we
see them
get Joe
having Moose in the
Hendry.
Rumble.
I do think we get Joe Hendry.
I would. That would. I think that's a definite.
I think we
You
get
have
Joe.
the champion in the Rumble. You're gonna have Josh Alexander debut, who was just there in TNA. So you really don't need much more surprise entrance from TNA.
Speaking of Easter eggs, they dropped Brock Lesnar hints during Raw with Heyman and
So
Drew.
he caught it with you.
Yeah, man. Josh don't miss a beat, man. I'm telling you, he doesn't miss anything. So
You know, let me ask you
maybe.
this. Speaking of Rumble, I got to ask
Okay.
you guys because you guys, mark about everything. You guys watch it all. What is the favor between CM Punk and Paul Heyman? What is it? What is the favor? It's got to come up at the Royal Rumble, right?
Paul has
Or
to
if not,
guarantee. Paul probably guaranteed him a title match.
at WrestleMania. Well, it can't be WrestleMania though. He's got to win Royal Rumble, right?
Man, I feel like it's got to be something that's going to screw over Roman.
It has
At
to
the
be.
That's
end of
what I'm thinking. That's what
it,
I'm
it
thinking.
has to be something that
Yes.
screws Roman.
Yes.
Maybe
Like,
that's where Brock comes in.
Ooh. Okay.
man, it's so funny how these guys all have ties to Paul, one way or another.
Yes. Yes.
So it always makes for interesting. I don't know. I just man, what happens? Does it come down to those final two, CM Punk and Roman?
Kurt, can you see that since you said, with this feud here, could you see Roman and CM Punk being the final two in there somehow, throwing another name in there, and then the music hits.
The music hits.
It's Brock coming down. He's in the ring. It's a stare down between all three of these, and the next thing you know, he makes that move and he takes Roman out.
Are
But
you ready for
is the
Brock
betrayal
Roman?
is the betrayal between Brock versus CM Punk? Does Brock say, you know what? Screw the favor. I'm taking your ass out. What do you see there? If that happens, the final
What
three, how do you
what
play it out, Kurt?
what if it's not Brock? What if it's The Rock who come and takes Roman out to set up that
Oh
WrestleMania match?
man.
Man. So what y'all gonna do with Cena in the middle of all this?
That's my man
Cena
right there. Where's Cena?
Cena's getting eliminated.
He's
Come on,
He's
you
not
can't
even
do that.
making
You
it to
can't
the
do
final
Kurt,
four.
you can't do that to him on a farewell tour, man.
Yes, you can.
he can
Yes,
get dumped
you lay
out.
down on your way out. He's not going to get a lot of wins.
Punk, hold on. Punk gets into the main event at Mania in a triple threat match.
Ooh,
So,
I don't know.
but with who, Eddie? By chance, if you just want to throw that out there, what do you think? If Roman wins the Rumble,
If Roman wins the Rumble, I can
hey
see that.
Josh, yo, there you go. There he is. He
Cena
says
wins the
Cena wins
chamber.
the chamber. So does Cena take on Gunther? Josh,
That's what I want to see.
you can't see Cena.
So you got
Oh,
Cena being eliminated quick, Kurt. You got him out, right? He ain't getting a shot at this Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, I don't see him lasting long.
So you okay? Let's talk about the final three. Who do you have, Kurt? Your final three.
Listen, I'm taking Punk's going to be there.
Okay.
Roman's going to be there.
Wow.
Seth is probably going to be there.
Where's
Yo,
Drew?
go ahead. Throw it
Drew's
up.
probably going to be there too. That's
Okay.
your 4, right?
That's 5.
Is that 5?
I think that's 5, bro.
Punk, Roman,
2.
Seth, and Drew.
That's 4.
Okay.
No, give me one more. Give me one more. Let's make it 5. Let's make the final 5. We'll go around the final 5.
Well, who else is involved? Sammy.
I don't think Sammy's going to be in there. I don't. You know, I have him winning it though somehow. I really think he wins it somehow. But
Who
I
else
don't
is
know.
in these main storylines that you would throw in your? Because we see who's going to be some of the last ones.
Oh,
I think Sammy throws a halua kick and hits the wrong person. That's what I think. And takes somebody out that he don't want to take out. I don't know how it's going to play out. I really don't.
I feel it.
Woo.
Oof.
Oh man.
Ooh.
That's it
If he
ends
hits
up
Roman
being
this week, it's over
Roman,
for Buddy.
Roman, Sammy, and Punk.
Roman, Sammy, and Punk, huh?
There's a little, you know what I mean, between Sammy and Punk. They work together, but they're not really cool. We already established that.
Okay.
We have this whole bloodline thing with Roman and Sammy, so it's like I could see him accidentally kicking Roman.
Oh, okay. What about this real quick? Your man Josh says Cena versus Gunther for the
That's
world
what I
title.
want.
Okay, do you let Cena win this one to take Gunther out, and then
No.
he swings a swan song and retires? Or this is his last saying, like, you know what, Cena, you ain't breaking the record. You ain't 17 times. You ain't doing it. It's done with you.
Cena's working like 36 something dates.
Yeah.
So
He said,
Mania is not. It's not
he
gonna be the
said the
last one.
elimination chamber.
Okay.
Sorry, Kurt. He said he thinks he wins the elimination chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't see. I would love to see the match, but I just don't see him beating Gunther.
Eddie says Cena, Punk, and Roman are the final 3.
I think
We
so.
got all the finals here coming in.
Punk, Roman,
Okay.
Seth, and Sammy.
See, I kind of like this one here. But I'm going to throw another name in there. I think Brock Lesnar's in there because it's all about the Paul Heyman like the whole circle of Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman's going to be in that situation on Monday Night Raw when the aftermath, like, what the hell happened? All my guys, it's going to be something where it's all Paul Heyman's people, and it's going to be something with that. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, all right, question. Who throws Jacob Fatu out?
Is he even in there?
Why wouldn't he be? I just don't see why.
Everybody who matters has been declaring.
He hasn't declared yet. He hasn't declared any yet.
The way he beat Braun Strowman ass, that tells me I want to be up there with the big.
But here's my thing. How do you build him to be this monster, then put him in the Rumble and him not win it?
Wow.
Well, because he gets jumped. Obviously, a couple people get jumped.
Listen.
Does Braun Strowman come back and try to get his revenge?
You could do that.
See, I can't see Jacob Fatu winning this.
I can't see him winning it.
If Roman was a champion.
Put him in the Rumble this year.
If Roman was a champion, I can see Jacob Fatu winning this because that's going to be Roman versus Fatu. But I can't see anything else beside that right now. I can't see it. And I kind of like what you said, Larry. Does Braun come back and be that dude, you know, like get his vengeance on Jacob Fatu? Just streamline to my man, you know what I mean?
Maybe he beelines and accidentally throws himself out. You know what I mean? No, sir. He sees Braun. Maybe he sees Braun coming and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I try to meet you somewhere."
All right, I got that one. Yep.
Eddie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. What if it comes down to Roman and Sammy?
Oh man. This is why I like this Rumble. This is the first time in a while I feel like everybody has some, because there's so many top guys. There's
everybody got a chance.
Everybody has a chance.
Can't really call it.
So you honestly, are we going around the room and really saying Rock is going to be in the Royal Rumble?
I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble.
He's going to cause some kind of distraction, you think?
Something.
But I feel like here's the thing. Is he wrestling Mania or not? Because if he's not, then we don't have to worry about even fantasy booking The Rock.
Yeah.
But if he's going to WrestleMania, you obviously want to go for Roman and Rock, right?
Yes. That's usually what people want to see.
But you think about this, the promo with Roman, with Paul Heyman, he's going to go back after his title that he lost to Cody Rhodes. That promo right there sets that up. Like Roman's on a vengeance. He wants to take back. He's learned. He's evolved. He's different. He's got one thing on his mind, that title. He's putting Cody Rhodes in his front view mirror there. So I can see Roman possibly winning this too. There's so many different angles of this Royal Rumble.
Roman could win it.
And Roman's won, what, 2 Rumbles before or one?
I think it was one, wasn't it?
Only one, right?
I think it was. I think it was one.
Because, I'm not a fan of somebody consistently winning it. I've never been a big,
Roman
unless
could
it
win
really, really makes sense.
So you weren't a fan when Cody run it twice in a row, huh?
No, not at all. I didn't even want Cody to win at WrestleMania. I was still stuck. I knew it was going that way, and I just didn't want it to go that way. I was just
you knew the finish the story was happening. You knew that was going to happen. You know
I mean, you had no choice at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You were almost to the point where you had no choice. They had the whole world feeling bad for him. Eddie says Jacob alone is continuing.
I could see that.
He just beelines to some dude and some. Oh Lord, have mercy!
Because there's so much you can do with them. I think. Does Solo come back in the middle of this?
I don't think he does.
We don't think Solo comes back right now.
What do you think, Kurt? I don't think he does. I don't think this is the time for him right now, because he don't have the backing. I mean, to me, it's like he's become weaker with his bloodline. You know what I mean? Like Jacob Fatu is progressing himself to. He's going to be if there's going to be a leader, it's going to be Jacob Fatu, if they all stay together. Because this dude, I just can't see Solo right now. I really can't.
I can't believe he just came in the WWE and made it look so easy. I already knew he was talented. I mean, but you don't really see a lot of guys come in there and it's just easy. Everything, the microphone, the in-ring, the smaller detail. Josh says, if Roman wins it, I do believe that's Punk's favor will be guaranteed title shot at Mania, and it'll be Cody, Punk. I mean, because there usually is one triple threat at Mania, so they usually try to throw one of them out there. That could be logical too. Man, I think this Saturday determines so much.
Yeah.
Solo is the weak link. I like how Solo came along, though. I think Jacob just coming in, making everything look so easy.
Yeah.
It's full circle storytelling, because he called somebody a weak link.
He called Jimmy the weak link.
Yeah.
He called Jimmy the weak link and booted Jimmy out. So what are we saying? We saying Jacob boots Solo out? But where does Solo go then if you boot him out? Does he fall in line? But he won't fall in line behind Roman right now.
That they were supposed to do that. So I ain't.
Oh, you've been waiting for that for 2 weeks.
I've been waiting for that. Like, what are we doing? Y'all was supposed to have been acknowledged the tribal chief.
So maybe does he come back during this Rumble trying to be a tough guy again?
I don't know what direction they're trying to go with this, man.
Yeah, me either. Because I can't see Tonga or Fatu helping Solo. You know what I mean? In something like this, Solo will be on one-on-one with everybody, and I don't think this is where he makes his mark. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can come back trying to still give orders, and maybe nobody's like, no, we don't.
I mean, well, okay, just like you said, Larry, if that happens, like say Solo's in there, is Tonga in the Royal Rumble? Is he declared?
Neither one of them declared.
Okay, well let's just say one of them in there. Let's say it's Jacob Fatu, because that's the bigger name right there that we want to see. What if it comes down to Solo's in there and Solo's pinpoint like him? Could you see Jacob Fatu making his mark right there and clotheslining Solo out the damn ring right there to say enough is enough? I'm Jacob Fatu. I'm the word. Could you see it stopping at the bloodline right there and having Solo his leadership?
Nah, he loves Solo too much.
You think so? I think it's gonna be a turn, man. I really do.
So yeah. I mean, did they just turn on him and then he bags Roman to come back?
No.
Does he acknowledge? Like you can see that Monday, acknowledging Roman, you're the tribal chief. I want to be you. You've always been the leader. I've always looked up to you. Because who knows?
I mean, because Roman could, Roman likes to talk dirty to people, so maybe Solo comes back and he starts trying to he talks to Solo like how he used to talk to Jimmy. You know what I mean? Like he just be so disrespectful to Jimmy, but Jimmy still fell in line.
Okay.
How
Eddie has
about
the opposite. He says, "What if Solo eliminates Jacob if they're in the row accidentally?" That's good, man. You don't want the werewolf pissed off anymore, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
If he's in the Rumble, whoever eliminates him is going to get dog walk.
Oh yeah.
Because I could see Jacob and Solo fighting at Mania. That would be I'd
like to see that. I'd like to see that.
So then you're not putting Jacob in too high of a tier match, and you're not putting Solo in a big tier match again. You just put them against each other.
Agree.
Solo would be so humble.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe he tries to get back under Roman's graces, and Roman just talks to him like he used to talk to Jimmy.
I feel like we get the gimmick match between him and Braun at Mania.
The gimmick match? What you mean?
Because they're obviously keeping that going. They're going to have another match between now and Mania.
I'm thinking like a street fight, man. Street fight, no holds barred fight between both these two.
I would put them in a cage.
Another tribal warfare?
I like Kurt. Put him in a cage. Oh, hell yeah.
Who, Jacob and Solo?
No, Jacob and Braun.
Jacob and Braun.
Street fight.
What I said was they're obviously going to continue this.
Yeah.
They're going to have another match between now and Mania.
I think he beats Braun Breaker ass though, bro.
Braun
Strowman. I like that.
Oh, Braun Strowman.
They're keeping that going.
Last man standing. That would be nasty too.
It would have to be a last man standing.
Yeah, because I don't want to see them in too many gimmick joints. Hey man, he'll beat Braun ass though. I just don't see them.
Nah, I think he might have woke something up in Braun. We might see we might see him turn it up a little bit for this second match because we need a reason to have a third match.
Yeah, we need a trilogy. We need a trilogy between these dudes. Yeah.
Speaking of another title, just randomly, what do we do with Nakamura? Real quick, do we have any? Is this going anywhere?
Where's he been for a while? I haven't caught it in a couple of weeks. Where's he been?
He's the
United States champ.
Yeah, he's the U.S. champ, but he's not one of those guys that are on every week, though. You know what I mean?
They're kind of like is he still in the mix with this LA Knight thing? I guess he'd still be in the mix with LA Knight. But LA Knight's kind of in a feud with the Bloodline, kind of.
Yeah.
He's kind of like just putting himself in anywhere. I just don't know what to do with Nakamura anymore. I'm just like, so what are we doing here?
What are we doing? What are we doing with that title?
Wow.
You're telling me.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. You're giving him a good, dark, solid character again. You're giving him that old character he had, and
I mean, you got Damian Priest over there now, and you want him to be a top baby face. You're not.
There's one you want to give Jimmy the title. Why not take Nakamura's title?
That's what I want. That's absolutely what I want. I want Jimmy to do something.
I'll take Jimmy versus Nakamura at Mania.
Okay, Jimmy gets the title. Okay.
Yeah, because I think Jimmy's he's really starting to, like I said, you could see that they're standing out totally differently.
He's better on the mic.
I think even with Jimmy just even adding the whisper in the wind to his moveset, it looks really good. Just something, just that small, because he hasn't done that up until recently.
Yeah.
Eddie says LA Knight's telling Jacob Fatu that he is going to dog walk his ass.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I think it's going to happen though, because LA Knight has that arrogant character, and he obviously still keeps trying to stand up to the Bloodline.
Man, you're dealing with a different breed, though, man. Jacob Fatu is a different breed, though, man. You know what I mean?
That is a different breed. I think LA Knight's kind of on that.
Yeah.
It's kind of floating right now. I'm not really too impressed. What about Randy Orton, guys?
He's definitely got. Is he hurt?
Randy? No, they were telling story.
Right. I didn't think so. He's definitely got to pop up. But wait.
So does Randy pop up?
What remind me the situation of his absence. Kevin Owens, right?
Kevin Owens
It was the
pile
neck
drived
thing.
you.
The neck thing on with Kevin Owens. Yeah.
So
He
he
pile drove.
does he show up during the Rumble or does he show up during that match? Because that's a no disqualification match.
Does
I think he comes back during the match somehow. It's just like a distraction.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him back during the Rumble because he has beef coming back.
Mm-hmm.
he's coming back in the ladder match?
The
So
ladder match is no disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
He can do what he needs to do to Kevin Owens and it'd be all right.
but all right, now question: does Kevin call for Sammy's help? Because remember, he told Sammy, if I get in trouble, he asked Sammy, like, if I got in trouble, you'd have my
Does
back.
Sammy come out and help?
I
'Cause
mean, this is what I'm saying. Like,
I do think he does help because if that Halua kick last night, okay, if you look at Kevin Owens' face, he's planting the seed like you have no friends except for me.
He's
You know what I mean?
manipulating him like
That's what
he
I'm
has
saying.
their
Like
whole career.
that look on his face, like when Kevin Owens exited the ring last night, that look on his face, like I'm your friend. I need you. I'll help you. That look on his face, just like you say, Kurt, he's planting the seed and he's manipulating Sami Zayn. So I think something's man. Man, I can't wait till Royal
yeah,
Rumble.
man, he's. I mean, he said it. We've been friends over 20 years.
I'm saying,
He's the most manipulative guy in WWE.
yes.
So does he call for Sammy's help, and does Sammy come to help him? He says KO is going to
I
get
think the
bumped over.
RKO out of nowhere happens too fast.
Okay.
Because I think that's all we get is a RKO out of nowhere.
And Josh says Sammy comes down, acts like he's going to help, and tells Owens he's sorry and can't do it, and walks away. Owens and Sammy at Mania.
Mm. So Sammy plays the bigger role and just says, "I'm sorry, I can't help you, huh?" Or what if the Halua kick comes into effect here? He goes after Cody and he kicks KO with the Halua kick
Or
by
Orton.
accident.
He could be going after Orton.
Yeah.
Because we're still running that I'm kicking you by accident shit, I guarantee you. But he could come back him up when Orton's out there and goes to kick Orton and Orton moves out the way and he kicks KO.
How many times has KO turned on Sammy?
Oh.
Every 6 months. Every 6 months, their friendship is in turmoil.
We're talking about Sami Zayn, but there's a name that I think might make an appearance during this no disqualification match. I think it might be Seth Rollins.
Seth could be a part of this.
I think he's just going to be thrown in the mix, though, Kurt, because all this shit, like, he wants to be the title. He's already said Cody is like basically a paper champion. He wants that. He is the, the revolutionary. He is the man. I think he makes his appearance to screw one of them because I don't think he goes after KO. I think he screws Cody Rhodes somehow. If he does, I don't know.
I think it would make sense for him to win if he would win the Rumble to go after Cody because he still needs to get a dub over Cody.
Okay.
And what better way to get a W than to take the title?
Okay.
No chance in hell KO wins.
I have a question. Where does Karrion Kross play in all this? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think they're starting to try to figure out what they want to do with Karrion Kross. He's been trying to be manipulative recently. He had a run-in with Sami Zayn. He's saying he believes in Sami Zayn. He's been appearing in the back of promos. So are they maybe starting to get him away from the Final Testament and they're starting to try to figure out what they want to do with Karrion Kross? Because he does have the mic skills. He does have some of the it factor. He's just never really stuck to me. But what is so Josh says we are getting Kross and Sammy here at some point. What's Karrion Kross's angle? He's been sneaking.
If we look back at certain feuds Karrion Kross has had after he's done with these people, they tend to take on a little darker persona. Look at Drew.
Okay.
Look what they did with Miz when he joined the Final Testament, or whatever they're calling themselves. There's a couple more. Shinsuke Nakamura. He got a little darker persona
I see where you're
coming
going.
back. You know what I'm saying?
So is he that guy that they're using to get in people's head? Are we going to find out a little more a little later?
Probably.
Because yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. You just ran through a whole list of people that, as soon as the feud was over, they
Small
started
character
going.
changes.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
I mean, do you think that's their way of really getting crossover? Because they've been trying for so long.
I don't
So,
know. I think it's their way of using him.
because they obviously like him, he's around, and it just feels
It's
like
mixed
he's not.
because there's a big group of people out there that it's like, I can go without him, and there's a group of people out there that's like, I really like Cross. So like it's mixed. I think that's their way of keeping him on TV, keeping him in front of the camera.
So he doesn't interject himself in
So
any of
like,
this stuff at all.
if
This
Sammy
weekend.
is his next victim, we might be getting a little darker Sami Zayn, which I'll take.
Wow. I can't see a darker side of Sami Zayn though, man.
I can see it. His
can't.
heel work is great.
Yeah, I just don't know. He's always been the crowd favorite, just like the golden boy. That's Sami Zayn to me. You know what I mean? I can't see it like a darker, like a
He had his
Nakamura
heel
type.
run, which was great.
Yeah, but
I think him and KO will be some really good assholes. I mean, I don't think there's a better asshole than KO right now.
see, that's why I think Cody retains. Somehow he retains because I want to see that Sami Zayn versus Cody feud. You're my best friend 20 years and in the making here. But I think that's what I want to see, that Sami Zayn KO WrestleMania co-main event. That's what I want to see.
Oh, I absolutely want to see that. I mean, I've been wanting to see that since they got back. I mean, when's the last time they really got to wrestle? What, probably SmackDown or something?
Right.
Like SmackDown, NXT. They did a lot of stuff down there.
Well, Larry, I know we were, last night when you guys did Saturday night, you guys did the live chat show. We were joking about DraftKings and stuff, but I want to ask you guys something. We joked around about that stuff. The Men's Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you take as a guaranteed straight bet, guaranteed money winner? Who would you take? One guy, guaranteed winner. Last dollar in your pocket. You got to double it up. You got to get the winner. Who are you taking for the guaranteed money in the Men's Royal Rumble?
That's a good one. Straight on the money line.
Straight money. Straight money.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm at with it too. I think I just have to put the money right on him. It seems like it's just the most obvious one at the moment. But that's why I like that it's not kind of like, there's so many different guys in it. But if I had to just be like, you know what, this is my last $20.
Okay.
I'm going all in. I'm going all in on Punk.
Okay. I kind of agree with you. I mean, to me, it's going to be CM Punk. I could see that. Or Roman. I'm debating which one, but if it's my last dollar bill, man, and I got to eat a cup of noodles tomorrow, I'm going to go CM Punk as well. I'm going to go CM Punk. Yeah. But you know what? Let's flip it now. Let's take the long shot, long shot. I want to make that dollar turn into a G, okay? Who you taking? Who's your long shot?
My long shot. Oh,
yep.
Somebody you just wouldn't.
Yep.
Somebody you wouldn't just see it coming. My
Tozawa.
long.
we talking
keep
plus
your money. Keep your money.
You wanted a long shot, right?
We just talking plus $2 million. My man turned a quarter into $1 million, bro.
He wanted a long shot, right?
He's trying to turn his money into something. Shoo. Man, you're digging.
You wanted a long shot. Tozawa.
I mean, let's not forget, at one point Otis won Money in the Bank. So
yeah,
stranger things have happened.
Wow.
Man, Tozawa. Wow.
And he's got Sammy winning it, or Roman. Sammy or Roman.
Sammy, Roman. My long shot.
You ain't beating Tozawa though. I'm telling you right now.
Nah, you ain't beating that one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my long shot is like, I guess the guy I guess Jay Uso. They just pull it out and say, you know what, Jay, here, I know. That's my long shot.
Okay, that's a long shot. I'll get. Yeah, I mean, Curtis got plus 2 million on that John right there, but I'm gonna. I don't think it's a long shot, but it is a long shot in many ways. I think Penta, man. I think Penta.
Wow.
I
That's a
like this.
super that's
I
a
like this.
super long shot too.
It definitely is, but I just like to see him, man, because I think we're going to get that moment where he's just going to have the crowd with his high flying one move, sort of like that Logan Paul Ricochet meeting in the middle of the ring. I think we're going to see something like that, but it's definitely a long shot. But man,
My thing is, what mass characters, I feel like you can only go so far.
true.
I've
Very
always
true.
felt like that. Like, I mean, even surprisingly Ray, but they did a lot for Ray.
Is Sammy a long shot? I don't see him being a long shot though.
Yes, because of, like I said, when we did our tiers of guys, it's like Roman, Seth,
Okay.
Drew. So he's like starting to become in like that second tier of long shotters. You
See,
know,
I can see. Okay, the Royal Rumble is definitely going to be before the ladder match, correct? That's going to be the main event, right? KO and Cody, right?
No, I think they cap the shows with the Rumbles.
Okay, because the reason why I said that is I can see Sammy. It'll give us that angle where if Sammy wins the Royal Rumble, KO is going to win the ladder match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
The
where I
ladder
see
match
the
will
angle
probably
there.
be right before the Rumble.
Yeah, I
Okay,
could see
okay.
them. I could see them probably starting off with the women's rumble,
Okay.
and then what else do we have on the card, guys? What else do we have on the card?
We
have a
have
tag team.
we have the best out of 3 tag team match.
Yeah.
Okay,
DIY and whatever it was or something.
so you probably do that. Might do that third because that's kind of a longer style match.
Do we got a women's title match?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't. The Rhea, I don't see Rhea fighting. She just had that match. I don't think she has nothing else lined up.
Tiffany ain't got nothing lined up. Lyra
think-
ain't got nothing lined up.
I don't know.
We got DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Okay. And what else do we have here? Trying to go down the list.
No,
Here.
Valkyria said she was just entering in the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
do
she
remember
doesn't
that.
have a match. So there's probably what you said, DIY, the two Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, Machine Guns. Yeah.
And I feel like there still should be one more match in there.
There's got to be. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I'm looking up. Let's see. Here we go. What's this here? All right, here we go. Here's the way. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, we got Cody Rhodes versus KO. We got DY versus them, and it's only giving me those in the Royal Rumble and the men's and women's.
Oh, okay. So they're just.
I mean, we still got Friday to go. They can still make a match Friday.
Well, we got to have more than that, though, right? I mean,
we don't have to.
Yeah, you would think what the Rumble usually takes an hour itself. Each Rumble would be 2 hours, and then the two out of 3 falls match. I could see that being 15, 20. So I feel like there would be something else in between.
That's what I mean.
At least one.
I thought there would be, yeah, because you got the Royal Rumble. That's 45? Oh, definitely an hour and a half, maybe, right?
We still got Friday. They could still make a match Friday. So,
is there something else we want to see storyline wise?
Yeah. What else? What else would, if you could pick one more match in there, regards to what we're seeing? What would you pick? For your match that you want to see at Royal Rumble?
Not much, man.
That's a good one. Because I feel like all the big stories is based in the Rumble.
And the thing is, all the big stars are participating already. You know what I mean? They're in this. They're on the card no matter what. So I think it's going to be just this. I don't think you can throw anything in there unless it's going to be an undercard or something like that. Honestly, because everybody's participating in the Royal Rumble. I don't think you're going to have them fight and then come out in the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? I can't see it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe they are just going to run it this way.
Well, you know what? Here's one, because Braun Strowman didn't declare yet. Jacob didn't declare yet.
Might get Jacob versus Braun too.
That's what I'm saying. We
Man.
got Friday still for them to make another match.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely more time to make another match.
Yeah.
It's just kind of odd that they didn't just do it just yet.
Definitely.
I mean,
I see the men's rumble going 1.5 hours. Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
women going. I think they're going to. I think they are going to the rumble to be less than. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're just going
I
to try to
don't
go.
see the Rumble going past 9:30ish.
Well, you're starting at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
they're
you
starting
figure-
at 6 this time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
starts at 6 o'clock this week. Yeah. Okay, you figure the women's and the men's is going to be an hour and a half each. That's 3 hours right there. You got 2 other matches, say 30 minutes. You're going to be right at that 4 hour mark. You
They're
really
not
are.
going to be an hour and a half each.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying like a little bit extra because it's going to last at least an hour. You know what I mean?
At
So
least.
I
yeah.
don't know. We'll
Well,
see.
the hours are guaranteed because that's usually how long it about takes.
Mhm.
Oh, we got a visitor. Well, Joe Hendry says hello. Hey, that's what we're talking about. Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I mean you could definitely get a good reaction with him. I think they definitely should send him out there. Obviously he won't last too long.
He's
You know
going to
what
get the biggest reaction of the night.
You know what I'm thinking? I think Friday night after SmackDown, I think we do a live show. You know what I mean? I think we do another show so we can prepare us for the aftermath of SmackDown going
Okay.
into the Royal Rumble. What y'all think?
I'm with it. I'm
I'll be there.
definitely with. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. I ain't got nothing better to do on a Friday night.
Right?
That ladder match is going to be a banger too.
Hey,
It is, man.
get your topics together because I'm gonna get our final predictions. I'm gonna write them down.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
we're
the
gonna
ladder
get our
match
final
is gonna be.
predictions down. But we're going to watch SmackDown. We're going to take everything in. We're going to come back here. I mean, SmackDown's 3 hours now. We're going to come back here 11:30.
Oh, yeah, we are gonna be a little late though.
Hey, listen, I got nothing better to do on a Friday night, brother. I'll tell you.
Me neither.
But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. And we all talk about our predictions right now for Royal Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine after SmackDown, how much are our opinions and predictions going to change from what we see on SmackDown on the eve of Royal Rumble? You think they're going to change it all? I mean, with the promos we see and the words being used?
Oh yeah, this is just good conversation for right now because I think right last minute, I think we're all gonna have maybe like a little change of heart because they're gonna give us one more reason to make us think these other people could win it. And
it's going to be like college football, the transfer portal. People are going to declare at the last minute. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he ain't even in it. Now my man comes out and says, I declare. Like, you know these dudes. But, you know, if Fatu, man, if he's in there, we want Braun in there. If Fatu's in there, we want Braun in there. We want these dudes, like, that have the beef between each other.
That's have to cross it.
Exactly.
They have to cross at some point. Because, I mean, like you said, this is the road to WrestleMania. So if you're really going to start getting things smoking, this is the best time to do it. You guys are accidentally cross paths. You start small little stories in there.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I talked to my guy today. I was at my friend's house today, and we were talking. He's a little bit into wrestling. He loves Charlotte Flair, the GOAT, of course. You know, her coming back right now, been out for so long, coming off the injury. The promo looks great, and I'll tell you what, she looks great in her promo, man. She's a beautiful woman. I'll tell you that. But my thing is, where do you put her in the entrance? Do you bring her out fast? And because, man, she's been out for so long, coming off the knee injury. Where do you bring her in? She's got to be the last 5, right? Where do you put her in? Where's 26. Her entrance? 26? Okay. Because he was like, I want to bring her out 5. I'm like, man, you don't want to do that to the queen. Like, she's just coming off the injury, man. You can't do that.
I would put her 15 to 20.
15 to 20? Okay.
15 to 20. But I can see why you said, like we said, lucky number 27 is usually the number you want. They usually say 27 is the number you want. I think they've had the most winners at that number.
Joe's giving respect. He got 30.
30. I don't know. I didn't expect Sammy coming out at 30 last year.
But see, if she comes out at 30, that's going to be light work for her. You know what I mean? Like, there's only going to be like 4 or 5 people in there. I think that's too much of like, okay, they just gave it to the queen. She comes in at 30. They just gave her the trophy right there. Yeah. That's the way I see that happening.
I see her coming around somewhere around that. I don't know. He said 26. I do like that number too.
I say like 20. I'm going to probably put it in 20.
Yeah, I think in the 15 to 20 range. Okay. Just after you get so many people in there and out of there,
Yeah.
when you're starting to get down to the bigger names.
Are
I
we
think
going to
that's
see?
fun.
Are we going to see my favorite wrestler, Asuka, make her comeback?
I think Oscar's I think we could say it's about that time.
Probably.
You think so? Because I'm seeing rumors. Like I follow her on TikTok. She's jumping around, in ring doing her thing. I think she's ready to come back, man. I think she's ready.
Yeah, I'm always kind of iffy with Oscar too. I'm like, man, she's so good, but then I don't know. I think Io's so much better.
I'm okay with both of them, man. Listen,
And
I'll
have we
rock it
gotten
out.
have we gotten a good feud from them yet? This would be a good time.
Ooh, you think
This would
so?
be a good time to get a good feud.
Okay.
Speaking of, I've always heard rumors that they technically really don't like each other, because of where they're from. I guess one's from this side.
Yeah,
And
one's from East Tokyo, like, and one there's the other down south. Yeah, there's like I think it was I'm Japanese too. And the funny thing, I'll tell you a little story. You guys who've been on the Atomic Drop many times, that's our other wrestling show. Definitely going to be making a comeback on Friday nights. Coming back. Just for all the listeners out there. But here's the thing: when we started watching, Atomic Drop, and they used to recap everything. Ken, Dave, Eddie, and Adam, they didn't know what the hell Asuka was saying in Japanese. So I was like, she really didn't say that, what the announcer said. They were using some crazy ass words out there. And the one time she actually called her a stanky ass bitch in Japanese.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that they didn't like each other because, like you said, one's from East Tokyo and one's from and so they're like almost gang affiliated. So,
oh Lord, woo.
All I'm saying is Ronda comes back. Who did somebody bring up Ronda Rousey?
I ain't heard nothing about her.
I'm not gonna lie. For a while there, I kind of liked her, but it was because who they were putting her in the ring with. And
Ronda's
then
not
once
coming back.
Yeah, as a UFC guy, I couldn't even watch Ronda. Seeing her from UFC coming over here, I was just like, I just grew up watching the UFC Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? When she came over here, I just didn't like her. I really didn't.
So do you like Shayna Baszler?
I don't like Shayna Baszler either. I don't like her in the WWE. To me, when you watch UFC versus WWE, it's even Brock Lesnar the same way. I mean, to me, it's the same way. When you start, even though,
but he was a wrestler first.
He was, collegiate, all-star, champion and everything. Okay. Just like CM Punk. CM Punk was in the UFC. I mean, he got his ass kicked in the UFC.
I was gonna say he ain't had no business being.
No, hell no. Exactly. You talking about a 100-pound wet noodle versus, an MMA fighter. That was just like, that ain't gonna happen.
I mean, I can't knock it if it's a passion of yours.
Like, right.
At least yeah, Ronda just had a baby. That'd be baby number 2, right?
Yeah, I can't see her.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, she's always talking bad about the company anyway. I'm pretty sure they're good with that.
Like the ones that I can see, one that I can see that's been out. Of course, Charlotte Flair, we already know is going to be there. Asuka, I can see, and the other one is probably Alexa Bliss. I think she's ready to come back.
I can see that. Okay, now how was Lola Vice when she was a UFC fighter? Was she good? Do we have?
I really didn't follow her that much. I really didn't follow her that much. I really didn't.
Because obviously that's what she did first. I was just curious if she was actually any good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ken Shamrock was one of the UFC he liked in the WWF. That's old school right there, Ken Shamrock.
I only liked when he snapped. I didn't like anything about Ken Shamrock, but the whole snap in Ken Shamrock was a decent gimmick, I would say.
Here's a question for you. Did you know Nakamura was a UFC fighter?
Yeah.
I didn't.
He was 9-0 in the UFC.
Oh, so he is a pretty bad dude.
Yeah, his brother's actually like 10-0 right now too. That's where he.
Oh yeah, he just walked to the ring with him recently, right?
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, was he a submission artist there? Is that what he?
He was a submission artist and more like a kickboxer, like a Muay Thai fighter. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, did we get all our Royal Rumble guesses in and all that stuff?
I think we did.
Not contract. Oh, Josh knows. Not contract.
I read that
too.
She wants more money.
Well, see, I thought she was going to come back with the Wyatt. You know what I mean? Like that right there. I thought that was where she came back, but I think the money fell through, just like Josh said. You know what I mean?
Okay, speaking of the Wyatts, real quick here, are we missing the boat on this gimmick, or what's going on with this Wyatt thing?
I'm over it, man. I'm over it now.
Yeah. Kurt, this was your thing. What do you?
Well, I guess they moved them to SmackDown. So what are you gonna do? I hear it might be Solo and them guys, but
that makes sense.
Wow.
you can't keep running. Eventually, you're gonna run out of people who screwed their family over. Then what are you gonna do with them?
You're right.
Mm.
I mean, so what do we do with
At
this?
some
You
point, you
had
just
all
gotta
this
let
hype
these guys
around this.
wrestle. Like,
Yeah, you had a lot of hype around this. You got to do something with it.
I gotta do something.
No.
Oh yeah, they put a lot of hype around it. They
did.
gotta do something.
They did.
I understand not having them on TV every week, but when we're going weeks without seeing them, like,
but Kurt,
Josh
think about.
I'm irritated with it. You know,
But
you
think
know
about
how
this.
I'm irritated with it.
When they brought this back, the QR codes every week leading up to this, you know what I mean? Everything with all the hype there, it's not there for me right now. It's not. I can't get into it anymore with them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just because it faded. Like, I guess for like you said, it was every week we was getting a little something at first.
Right.
Now it's kind of just like, man, it's fading. But both Dallas said, you're right. We do. But you know what, man? The promos started getting really good for a while. Like,
He
you
was
can
getting
fully
real good.
see, see that it was coming out. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna get Bray. I mean, you can't just recreate Bray Wyatt. He was too talented.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like it was there. But I feel like just with them, like you said, they're doing only so much. I'm with you, Paul. I'm kind of like, ugh. But like,
Yeah, I ain't
don't
gonna lie.
want to
I
give
was
us too much, but at the same time, you're not giving us enough.
enough. Right? I was so hyped with all of it coming out. Like, you know, like the entrance to me, like the lights just came on. You know, the flashlights are out. I was into it. I'm like, oh damn, we've been waiting for it. We're finally getting it. And then it's just like you said, they're not giving me enough. Continuous. You know what I mean? Continuously.
So, like you said, they're going to SmackDown now. Now we like what do we do with them?
Yeah.
I feel like they're just getting, man. I hope there's like you said, man. It's like an AEW shuffle for some people. Their stories just aren't catching on, and now because I mean, you still have Gable and them saying that they're going for championships, which I think it's well overdue.
Yeah.
They got to stop that one guy from laughing though. What's his name, Kurt? One of the tag teams.
What are you saying?
Gable's boys.
Oh,
What?
one of the Creed brothers.
Yeah, man, they got to stop him doing that laugh every single week. The thicker one. He's doing like this.
If you don't like it, that means he's going to keep doing it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, he probably listening right now. Like Larry said, stop shit. Watch this week.
Oh man, it's been ever since I did say it. Like, yo, that was horrible. He's done it every single week. So maybe it is. Maybe I just need to stop bringing it up. Man, did we catch all of our? I think we caught our pretty much all our topics for the Rumble.
Yeah.
We did it. Who's gonna last the longest? We still came up with no winner, really.
Who wins the tag team? Who wins the tag team? We didn't talk about that.
All right, tag
Machine
team.
Guns winning back.
Machine Guns, okay.
You think they win them back?
I don't mind the back and forth shit.
I don't know. I think I'm never a big fan.
You said this was a 2 out of 3 pinfall, right? Is that what this one was?
Yeah.
You think there's a little distraction? I mean, what's that? I can't stand that team, man. The Halter Top Boys. What are they? Pretty Poison or some crap like that?
Pretty Deadly. Kurt's
Pretty
boys.
Deadly, man. What? Kurt's boys? What?
Yeah, he likes them.
Love them.
Man, Kurt, if I ever see you rocking one of those halter tops, bro, I'm kicking you off
I'm
this
telling
network,
you, they
bro.
just remind me of the best.
Tell him to open that door. You'll see the halter tops right behind him.
I got mesh tank top. I got mesh tank top collection. It's for when I play pickleball.
Hey man, but I forget which one it was. His woman is beautiful.
Oh, bro.
You know what? I can never remember their names. I just
One
said
is-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even remember the name.
Kit Wilson or something
right.
like that.
Kit Wilson, and that's a good one.
See, I'm on the page. I'm
Pretty
I'm
Deadly
on the-
Cost DIY.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I mentioned them. I think they come out because this beef between all three of them right now. I think they cost them the title.
I
think so.
And they're. I mean, but you said like they're still, I guess, Phantasmo. They probably wouldn't pop up. They really don't have nothing to do with that.
Oh, Legado del Fantasma.
Phantasma, yeah.
Yeah,
That's my favorite tag team, honestly.
I love them.
I wish they would do so much more with those guys. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I get. Dude, you give the Machine Guns the titles back, and then Phantasmo actually chases them. I mean, there's a couple heel teams over on SmackDown. They're trying to do something over there.
Yeah.
Because what with the Street Profits is over there, right? Are they on
Yeah.
SmackDown or are they on Raw?
Yeah,
Listen, I can't even call it at this point.
Where's the Street Profits been? I ain't seen them in a minute.
I would wait. Wherever B Fab is, B Fab been wrestling lately. So
Yeah, I
I think she was on SmackDown.
Yeah, she was on SmackDown. Yes.
So I guess that's where I would assume they would be at. Oh yeah, that's where they were at. They got jumped. That's where it started. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then the Street Profits.
What?
Somebody said New Day beats Motor City Machine Guns for the titles at SummerSlam.
Wow.
Nah. Yeah, SmackDown. Yeah, the Street Profits are on SmackDown. That's where all the tag teams are. So that's where you should probably. I think they should just do more tag team work on one of the shows, just somewhere. Obviously Raw, because they're trying on SmackDown. You got Theory and Waller who just went down there on NXT. Yeah. That'll help carry some guys. Yeah, I think Motor City Machine Guns wins the belts back. I think you guys are right. To help with their heel run. Who, the Street Profits he means?
No, I think he's talking about New Day.
Oh. I think their run is at almost its highest peak right now.
The only thing I can see is like right now with the beef with Big E, I think they just continue what they're doing right now. I don't see them in a belt contention right now. I really don't.
Because they don't need it. Because they don't need it. They're drawing so much heat right now.
Exactly. Yeah, they're on top of the world. You know, mom hates them, family hates them. You know, I think they just continue this little gimmick they have right now, being hated. I think that's what they'd stay with.
That's the thing. Man, did we wrap it up, guys?
Sure
I think we touched on everything.
Definitely 2 hours.
2 hours. What are we gonna do? Come back Friday? You said?
Yeah. How about what time's SmackDown usually? It's a 3-hour show now, right?
Yeah, SmackDown is over at 11. So we
all right. Well, you know what? We got right now. We got 42 live viewers checking in. Let's see where we at. We got 36 of them from Xbox. I'm sorry, Xfam. I said Xbox. You know I'm tired, bro. From Out of the Box on Twitter. We got 4 on YouTube, 1 on Facebook, and 1 on Twitch. So we appreciate you guys checking in. And if you guys are going to join us on Friday night, we'll load up the screen and we'll do it once again on Friday nights if you guys are cool with it.
It sounds like a plan. And you want to run over anything else again, Paul? Let people know what to do.
Hey, we're good. Listen, like I said earlier, if you guys want to reach out and do what we do at the bottom of the screen there, my name is Paul. That is Larry. That is Kurt. Reach out to one of us. We'll get you started on here. And all we ask is you be passionate, be loyal, and just do what you like to do. Nothing better to talk with 2 friends about your sport, your team, whatever you want to do. Have fun doing it, man. That's all we ask. You can't do anything wrong on the show, man. You know, just have fun, be passionate, and reach out to me, reach out to Kurt, reach out to Larry, or any of our hosts. We'll get you started, man. We promise you. Because this, guys, if I may say, this has been fun, correct? Since you guys have been on the network, right?
Oh man, it's
a blast.
I love Tuesdays, as Curtis would say, or Jacob would say. I love Tuesday. Eddie, thank you for checking in with us. Paul, again, we appreciate you, everything you do for us. I
appreciate you guys, man. It's all about the family, man. You guys are my brothers, man. So you guys know that, man.
Absolutely right. And everybody, thank you for checking in with us. And like you said, we'll see you again Friday night right before the Rumble.
Yes, sir. See you guys then.